On this episode of MyDrive, we've got the Hotshot Memorial Workout this Saturday. We've got Rory coming to town, and it's Prescott Valley's birthday. E, what's up?
What's up, man? How was Vegas?
Vegas was good. You know what we're celebrating today?
Happy
birthday
Are we
to you.
to me? Is it my
Not
birthday?
to you. Your
whose
grandma,
birthday?
we know you're old. We are celebrating the 45th anniversary of Prescott Valley's incorporation. This date, 1970 what?
8.
8. Yeah, that was a good guess.
I did
1978, Prescott Valley was incorporated. The voters
I'm older than Prescott Valley.
the residents voted it in to be incorporated as a town.
I love it here. I love Prescott Valley.
So 45th anniversary, happy birthday to the town
Happy
of Prescott
birthday
Valley.
to the best town.
Awesome. We should share some of this history of the town of Prescott Valley on signalsaz.com because there's some awesome videos that
We
we've
should
got.
do that. There's some cool stuff
Yeah.
out there. Lots of good history.
So happy birthday to everyone, I guess.
To everyone.
You want to talk about what's been lifted or rescinded, as they say?
Rescinded. Fire restrictions rescinded.
Fire
on Prescott
restrictions
National
rescinded.
Forest. So that's good. So does that mean we can do barbecues and stuff like that in our yard and we can do all that good stuff?
You can read the summary for our listeners.
I'm going to do it. Let's see. So I guess I shouldn't just ask questions I got all the answers to. So Saturday, August 19th at 6 a.m., stage 1 restrictions have been in place across the forest since June 29th. Enough rain has fallen across the forest to increase fuel moisture levels.
Time for campfires. Time for some T-bone cowboy cut steaks on the fire.
I
The
don't like
RV at
camping
night.
without a good little fire. It's no
So
fun.
that's good news.
Good news.
And we continue to get some moisture from Hurricane Hillary.
She was awesome. She
She was
seemed
awesome.
okay.
Didn't rain too hard on our parade, but kept us
Nice and cool.
like a little damp. That's all good.
Arizona, perfect as always.
What else is big news? New Cottonwood appointments opening for rent September of this year, which is great news for
That was
everybody.
fast. That went pretty quick.
I heard they're pretty close to over 40% leased up. So they're going fast. Says something about the market.
Well, it says nearly 30% of the units are under lease at this time, and they'll
30%.
have 44 ready for move-in next month.
That's where I got my wires crossed. So it's about 30% leased up with 44 units in phase 1 available.
So
that's
this
good
is
news.
it's gonna have 192 apartments, which is crucially needed over there.
Everywhere. Needed everywhere.
Yep.
What's really cool about that is a portion of those are attainable housing agreement between Yavapai College and the Fane Signature Group. So making some space for our educators.
So, but what is the difference between like attainable and just like affordable housing? Like,
So-
what's the difference?
Affordable from a technical standpoint means they're subsidized by the government from a technical standpoint. But a lot of people think of as affordable as meaning, well, it's lower than market, but not subsidized by government,
Right.
which really doesn't exist. So when we say attainable, we're saying it's not just a pricing issue, it's an inventory issue. And when you have no inventory, things are expensive, supply and demand. So until we increase inventory, and by the way, inventory started getting bad right after the big recession, 08, 09, they stopped really building and they haven't caught up. State of Arizona alone, from what I understand, has a deficit of over 250,000 homes. And I think it's pretty obvious we're already experiencing it, whether you're at a restaurant, a doctor's office, if you talk to a firefighter or a police officer, they're saying the same thing. We need attainable housing for not only our service personnel, doctors can't even find them. So it's really not about price, because if a doctor can't find a house, it's really about inventory.
Right.
And yes, we are addressing the attainable housing issue. Some builders in town and community builders, whether it's Capstone or Fane Signature Group for that matter, creating agreements with these organizations to make it happen. So we'll see.
Smart.
It's exciting stuff. So
Smart.
Inspiration Cottonwood is taking off. Good to see. What else we got, E?
We have got, Fandomania was, we can have, I know you love
the
it.
Batmans and the Supermans.
There were some great costumes. I was looking at the pictures up on signalsaz.com and really fun. You were there, research guy. How was it?
It was fun. It was cool.
Yeah. What'd you wear?
I had this cool like vacation Tommy Bahama looking shirt that had the Joker and Batman surfing on it.
Okay, so
it was kind of subtle. It was like people were like,
he didn't want to go full LARP.
Full LARP. So I saw some videos of some LARPing.
If Guy were to show up at this event, he would just be talking crap about a bunch of teenagers. Like, it's just kids having fun. And he's out there anti-LARPing.
Yeah, he was like, go read a book.
Is that anything like the people that pretend to be riding ponies and jumping over pony things?
Oh, have you seen that? Like where they've got the little stick figure pony?
They do full courses.
Yes, pony on a stick.
That's the deranged cousin of LARPing.
But that's
that's
still
like
role equestrian LARPing, isn't it?
That is epic.
Because they're LARPing as a equestrian rider.
No, you're not far off. It's role playing. It's just a different activity.
I showed that to my daughter and she fell out of her chair. Anyways, I'm happy that they're happy.
They're happy. I was watching the LARPing and it was cool because the little kids would get like their arm cut off or stabbed or whatever.
It's just a flesh wound.
And they have to stand like holding their sword above their head. So I thought that was very cool.
Yes.
Yeah, it's cool.
So that it turned out good. I know we got a lot of requests on signalsaz.com for photos of Fandomania 23 at the Prescott Valley Event Center, Finley Toyota Center, excuse me.
Yeah, hosted by Prescott Valley. Their events are getting better and better. They are awesome.
Go Casey.
I was going to say Casey. She's awesome.
Forgot the band.
Speaking of amazing events, Dancing for the Stars is this weekend. So it is such a great event. They raise so much money for the kids, and I hear there's still some tickets available. So
who's
if you're
our
interested
PV rep?
So we've got Jess Costa.
Jess Costa of Pilates.
So I've heard some sneak peeks about her dance. So some little teasers. All right. So it'll be
cool.
Be very
and our
awesome.
Man from Prescott at Waters Garden Center. We got Ken Lane.
Yeah, lots of big stars there. It's this Friday and Saturday, 6 to 10.
He might need to do some laundry. He's been wearing those blue sequins for months and months now, getting ready for this event.
As a cheer coach, I'm going to tell you, keeping those sequins clean, I think he's going to have to like buff out every little sequin.
He's talked about sequins, lights, flips. He's He's hyping his performance up a lot.
And shout out to them because they are doing really good at raising money. I mean, that's the biggest, perfect people for it. You know, getting those dollars in for the kiddos.
Segueing to this Saturday, Hot Shots 19 Memorial Workout and Fundraiser hosted by Captain CrossFit of Prescott.
Nice.
That is taking place 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. this Saturday. It's the 11th annual Hot Shots 19 Memorial Workout Fundraiser presented by AZOPT. This event is dedicated to honoring our 19 brave firefighters who lost their lives in the line of duty while further supporting fire education. Proceeds from the event benefit Arizona Wildfire and Incident Management Academy, as well as 2 fire science scholarship funds created to honor the memory of hotshots Travis Turbofil and Clayton Whitehead. I apologize if I mispronounced that. And again, it's hosted by Captain CrossFit at Prescott. So go out. You're welcome. It's a great event. People don't know this, but I think last year it was close to 400 athletes. I call them beasts with wings because they're competing for a great cause like angels, but they're very beastly. So they're out there sweating it in the heat, putting on a show. It's a great thing to watch. It
hold on.
Kills my back watching it.
I'm reading this right now, and it says it consists of 6 rounds of 30 air squats. 19 power cleans. And so each one has 30 air squats for June 30th, 19 power cleans for the Hotshot Heroes we lost, 7 strict pull-ups, so their station number, and then a 400-meter run. The distance their station is from our gym. Completed as fast as possible. And they do this 6 times.
Yes.
Beasts.
Yes.
Beasts
with wings. So it's a great spectator event. Go out because you can buy some stuff there as well, and also donate some money to some great causes.
That's at Captain CrossFit.
Captain CrossFit in Prescott. Just Google it and you will find Captain. I think it's off of 6th Street.
Right there.
Okay.
All right.
What else we got, E?
Been waiting to talk about this one.
Rory.
In the game. Yeah, you said it. Rory.
So we asked Elicia to cover this because she has a tough time saying rural. So this is all about Rory on this one.
Yeah. So this Saturday, 11-1 at In the Game in Prescott Valley, their new mascot,
Rory. Do you want me to do the fill-in? You just pause.
Okay,
I'll say
just
Rory.
pause. Okay. So this Saturday, 11-1, their mascot,
Rory,
will make his grand entrance as he is introduced to the community. He'll be meeting and greeting and posing for photos. Enjoy all the fun and games that they're going to have it In the Game. And we are excited for
Rory.
Nice.
So you know what's really nice about this is Rory lives in a rural town. Can you say that 10 times fast?
I must have the F word. Rory, rural. There we go.
Okay.
Happy?
So, and In the Game is cranking. It's an awesome place for family. They have mini bowling for adults. You can drink a beer while you're bowling. People don't know. They think maybe it's just for kids because when you look at from the outside in. But in the back, they got a really cool, brand new, relatively new mini bowling area. You can eat some pizza, have a nice cold beer.
Their food is good.
Their food is pretty good.
It is like...
People don't know that they have kind of a full menu, beer and wine.
Could throw an axe.
Adult games like mini bowling, golf. I prefer mini bowling. Anyways, it's all good.
Fun. Super
Check out
fun.
Rory in the rural hood of town of Prescott Valley at the ranch.
Yikes.
What else?
What else we got? Experienced Bradshaw Mountain football team looks to defend regional title. Your boy, TD.
Torrance, TD, Prodigal Sports Son Dunham.
Football's back, baby.
Maybe Rory needs to go to a football game.
He totally should.
He'd be roaring in the rural town of Prescott Valley.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Rory, the rural roarer.
Oh, good God, man. Let's just watch football. Do you know that Amy St. Peter and Brad they have a little podcast out on attainable housing?
Cool.
So another opportunity to talk about attainable housing, which is...
Amy St. Peter being?
So Amy St. Peter is... I don't know. Who is she? Amy St. Peter. Home is where it all starts. She is a public education advisor, and she's having a big campaign about this.
So I believe she comes from the Maricopa County government, where they're dealing with and have been dealing with attainable housing for quite a while. So it was nice to get an outside perspective from another community, albeit maybe it's not rural, to talk about what they're doing in the world of attainable, affordable housing, all those different terms that we use. So you can check out Brad Fain and Amy St. Peter on cast11.com on Living a Good Life, right? So yes. I didn't have to read anything on that.
You didn't have to read. You knew.
Amazing.
Top of your head. Community comes together to support Prescott Lake senior living residents. On Tuesday, Tuesday, August 8th, the team at Prescott Lake's apartment, they organized a party with food and music to support their residents at the Prescott Senior Living Center. I guess there was a big fire that had broke out at the complex. So this was kind of giving them something happy to look forward to.
Jars of Clay, what's the deal of the week?
So they're doing something cool. It's an Idelio. Take the kids over there. There is an ugly t-shirt ornament contest. And so what I like about this is they're doing it in August. And for me, it's always last minute. The kids will make their ornaments and it's like fast. We never get it on the tree in time.
So Jars of Clay is planning ahead.
For
procrastination.
Something I never do. So good for them.
Awesome.
So $2 off.
Hey, any movies this week?
I didn't see any. It was choreo weekend at the gym. So I was at Storm all weekend. But how's your zombies going?
Okay, so we just saw last night the last episode, which I think was episode 8 or 9. I think it was 8 of season 1. So I'm a little nervous because there's been the writer strike, and I don't know if that is still affecting all these different shows. And so basically, we've watched over the period of a week and a half, 2 weeks, the 8 episodes, my daughter and I, and it's good. It's good.
Okay, so you did spark my about zombies. I was like, I gotta Santa Clarita Diet. Have you ever watched that?
Yes.
Hilarious.
It's about this serial killer, right?
Well, she's not a serial killer. She's just got some weird, I've watched it before, but I'm rewatching it. So she just wants to eat people. So they're trying to find bad people so she could eat them.
So it's about a serial killer with an appetite.
No, because she was just a regular mom.
You're splicing my words up. It's somebody who's killing people to eat them is a serial killer.
No, but she's not she's not doing it like maliciously. It's like you know what it is? It's like Dexter.
So she's a likable
yes,
serial
she's
killer.
A mom. She's a
who
realtor.
Is also a cannibal.
Who is also a cannibal with very bad self-control. So 3 seasons.
So how's that going?
It's funny. It's super funny. I like it. We're on, I think.
Doesn't she have like a parent or something or a spouse that knows what's going on?
Mm-hmm. And her daughter. So they try to help her find bad
counseling?
People. No, because what are you going to do? Like my mom's eating people?
Just make sure mom eats so she doesn't like eat within the house. Right?
Yeah. So they now have a storage facility with a freezer so that they can hold on to the.
I remember that.
Yeah. So they only have to kill like one person.
Yeah, but what storage facilities have electricity inside?
Oh my gosh. That's what's bothering you about this?
Storage facility made for TV.
It's not that Drew Barrymore is eating people.
That's right. Drew. Is it Drew that's okay. Yeah. No, I remember. So is the writer's strike still going on? Okay, so I'm going to run out of stuff really soon.
No.
If this thing doesn't end.
They've been joined by actors now, and there's lots of conversation that VFX houses are next.
The what?
The VFX houses, the people who really make this industry run.
This is all
about
over the streaming revenue, right? Because it's kind of the newest revenue, and they haven't really dialed in what their revenue share is amongst writers, effects guys, actors, etc. Basically, everybody takes part in this.
There's minutia. It's the same dynamic it always is. Lots of money being made in new ways, and they're not going to give it to the people who actually make the stuff.
Well, I'm going to weigh in on this a little bit because back in my day, our day, when they had a writer's strike.
Don't put me in your day.
Yeah, it was our day.
That's your day.
It was our day. Back in our day, we only had a handful of channels. We didn't have Netflix and streaming services. And so it wasn't like, oh, let's go back and watch all this stuff that we never watched or whatever. It was like, NBC's on strike. We don't get to watch Friends this weekend or whatever, or Thursday night. So y'all have it too easy and we'll get through this.
They're putting stuff, they're trying to make sure that you can't digitally scan a background actor and then use their 3D model and then never pay them again. So they're trying to, a big...
So it's basically like cartoons.
I didn't know that.
A big debate is,
Bugs Bunny doesn't make jack, right? I mean, he doesn't.
No, I don't know.
So they literally, if you're at a coffee shop and you're a background actor, they want to be able to scan that and put it in other shows.
They want you to come in for 1 day a week and then they can work you for 10 years for free. Freaking 1 day and it's just that.
That's a bummer.
Streaming is crazy now with the way money is handled. All this stuff is insane, and writers, actors, people aren't getting paid for it. So that's what it is.
So
that makes sense. Yes. That's
okay. Meanwhile,
I can see that. Meanwhile, I think we've covered it all.
We covered it all. All good news.
You got a little bit of TV news locally.
What?
The Roku thing.
Oh, the Roku thing.
He said that quietly, like nobody's going to hear.
Well, it's not my job to read the notes. I don't have notes in front of me. I'm trying to remind you.
If you were listening, Mr. Happy Man of the Day, we were going to leave that one out.
I wanted to get Elicia to say Roku a few times, too.
I can say Roku. It's the roar. That's hard for me.
I wanted to talk about Rory on Roku.
Rory on Roku.
Is Rory roaring on Roku?
Rory will not be roaring.
Is she doing remedial roaring?
No, I can say remedial. It's the or. But I can say or. I just can't say
roar.
Or woo. I can't yell woo. It's a disability.
You just said it. You didn't yell.
No, I can say woo.
You can't yell it.
I can't. Woo. I can't do that. We're done. Watch out for Roar and Rory and the roundabouts.
Watch out for those roaring roundabouts.
You can say roundabouts.
See you later, E.
See you.
Next week.
Next week I'll be here.
Cheers.
Cheers.